Let me ask you something uncomfortable. How many marketing channels are you running right now? LinkedIn, email, Google Ads, Meta, SEO, or maybe a podcast? And how many of them are actually working for you? I'm going to guess one or maybe two are doing the heavy lifting, and the rest they are making you feel productive while quietly eating your budget and your team's attention. And here's the uncomfortable part. The more channels you add, the worse everything gets. By end of this video, you are going to understand exactly why adding more channel is one of the most expensive mistake a marketing team can make. You will see what channel dilution actually cost you in real numbers. And I will give you a simple 3-question audit you can run in the next 30 minutes to figure out what to cut and what to double down on. Everything I'm sharing comes from working directly with B2B companies stuck in the same trap and what actually got them out of it. Let's get into it. Running multiple marketing channels and wondering why none of them are really working? Here is what exactly is happening. Nobody builds a bloated marketing stack overnight. It happens gradually. You try LinkedIn because someone said it works for B2B. You get a few leads, so you keep it going. You add Google Ads because your competitor is running them and you don't want to miss out on. Then someone convinces you for an email because it has the highest ROI. Then a founder friend swears his podcast build his brand. And before you know it, 6 months later, you're running 8 different things and none of them are getting the attention they actually need to succeed. Every channel is getting about 50% of what it requires. Nothing compounds. Nothing gets good enough to produce consistent results. This is called channel dilution, and it has very real cost. A focused company running 3 channels properly can acquire a customer around $500. You running 8 different things very poorly are spending $2,500 for the same customer. Same product, same market, 5 times the cost. And most teams never realize it happening because nobody is looking at the bigger picture. The fix is very simple. Ask one question that every channel you are running. In the last 90 days, has it directly contributed to a closed deal? Confirmed by an actual customer, not the platform? If the answer is no, the channel goes. Not on pause, it goes. And you move everything, budget, attention, creative, to the 1 or 2 channels that keep showing you in the real data. Within 90 days of doing that, almost every team I have seen makes meaningful progress. Not because they added anything, because they stopped splitting everything. And the reason this trap is so hard to escape is very human. When growth slows, and it always slows at a point, the instinct is to add more content, more channels, more campaigns, because action feels like progress. Standing still feels like failure. When growth slows, the instinct is to add more marketing channels. That instinct is the problem, and here is why. When you add more channels, your best people are stretched across 8 different things instead of 2 or instead of 1. Nobody goes deep. Content quality drops because the team is always in a production mode with no time to actually think and end up creating an illusion of full marketing operation while getting the results of barely having one. The companies I see breaking out of slow growth almost never do it by adding. They do it by making a decision, usually a scary decision, to stop most of what they are doing and go very deep into 2 or 1 thing. And then they stay there long enough for compounding to kick in. That's the whole unlock. Not a new channel, not a new tool, a decision to stop, focus and stay. So let me show you what exactly actually look like when someone makes that decision. A company was spending $40,000 a month on marketing and barely growing. Here's one thing we changed that turned it around. They were running LinkedIn, Google Ads, Meta Ads, cold emails simultaneously. Leads were inconsistent month to month. The customer acquisition cost was climbing quarter over quarter. The team felt like they were constantly running and going nowhere. So we did one simple thing. We went to every closed deal from the last 12 months and asked each customer directly, how did you find us and what made you reach out? 78% pointed to two things: LinkedIn and direct referrals. The other channels barely showed up. So we cut Google ads, we removed Meta, reduced cold emails to very small and targeted lists only, and moved 80% of the budget into LinkedIn. But now with a real strategy. Specific targeted accounts, content mapped to where each prospect was in the buying journey. 90 days later, leads were up by 40%. The customer acquisition cost has dropped by half, and this is the part the team mentioned the most. They finally felt like they were in control of their marketing for the first time. That feeling of control isn't a soft outcome. It's what happens when your team stops splitting focus across 8 different things and can actually think properly about 2. Here is 30-minute audit that will tell you exactly which marketing channels to keep and which ones to remove. Open a spreadsheet. List down every marketing channel you are running. Every single one. For each one, ask 3 questions. First, in the last 90 days, has this directly contributed to closed deal? Confirmed by the customer, not the platform dashboard. The second one is, if you stop this channel tomorrow, would any customer or a prospect reach out asking where it went? Third one is, whether one specific person on your team who fully owns this channel with enough time to do it properly, or is it getting scattered attention from multiple people? Any channel that answers no to all 3 gets cuts today. Every channel you are running at half effort isn't just underperforming, it is actively diluting every channel that could be working. Here's why it actually produces like acceleration. When you cut from 8 channels to 2, your best people stop context switching. They go deep on one thing, the content gets better, more sharper because there is finally a time to think. The strategy improves because you are learning from enough data on one platform instead of fragmented signals from 8. Focused teams outperform diluted teams 3x on an average. Not because they are smarter, because they are not splitting their attention every single hour. And this is a compounding effect nobody talks about. In month 1, 2 channel looks like same as 8 channels. By month 6, the focus team is getting meaningful organic traction, refining their ICP and building creatives that actually converts. Make the cut, it will feel uncomfortable for a week and then it will feel like clarity. The most valuable 30 minutes you will spend on your marketing this month isn't adding something new, it's cutting what's not working. Run the audit today, list every channel, ask the 3 questions. Did this produce a closed deal? Would anyone miss it? Does someone properly own it? What you are left with is your real marketing stack. 2 or 3 things. Go all in on those like you have never gone all before. Stay there for at least 12 months. In the next video in this series, I'm going to talk about who you are actually reaching to. Because channel isn't the only problem. If you're targeting the wrong person, even the right channel won't save you. And if you want help building focused marketing systems, that's what we do at NoteSpray. Link in the bio.